It's the world famous. Yeah, I said it in my Mr. Magic's voice. It's the world famous Swag in the Morning. I'm your brother, Prince Cree.
And I'm your girl, Lady D.
Lady D, I know I'm a little off beat right now, but before we talk about this amazing guest that's going to come in a few minutes, tell everybody what swag means.
Swag means say with amazing grace.
And morning, look, we're not a morning podcast, y'all. Morning means new hope, new beginning, freedom from being in the darkness. Yes. And this evening, we're going to bring somebody into the light of something new.
Yes, yes.
It's 2023. Happy New Year's, Lady D.
Yes.
Once again, Happy New Year's to everybody that's out there that is joining us, that has been supporting us throughout our first year. You know, this is going on 3 years right now. Can you believe it?
You believe it.
Yeah, I can believe it. I was a little rusty, right? Well, you know, I normally get that, but I'm still trying to reserve my vocal cords. It goes in and out every now and then. I am in the process of learning how to say good things all over again.
Okay.
And I was told not to bother Lady D. Don't mess with her at all.
There you go.
At all.
There you go. Let's see if you listen.
Yeah, I'm listening, Lady D. I'm listening now. I'm noticing that you got another pair of new glasses.
They're not new.
They're not?
So let's not start. They're not new.
Looks like they're new. I don't remember seeing your glasses like that.
Don't pay attention.
Oh, yeah, I do. You know, you should have had on some red glasses, kind of matching. Let's do the matching thing.
Don't worry about that,
So what's good for 2023? I don't make New Year's resolutions. Nope. Let me be honest with you. Resolution. I don't do all of that. I think that's real played out. I think it's played out.
And I just think when we make resolutions, we don't really stick to them anyway. So let's not make resolutions. So, you know, that's what I just feel. You know, some people do, and that's their choice. So, you know, I mean, if you can stick to it, go for it.
I agree.
I'm just not that one. I am changing my mindset. I'm loving where I'm at right now. I'm loving where I'm at right now.
Me also. We also. Listen, prayers goes out to the young man, Damar Hamlin.
Yes.
You know, prayers goes out to his family, his mother, his father, all those that are connected to him on the family side, because I can imagine what they're going through. Yeah. But got some good news that he's moving around. Janiyah texted me earlier and said that he wrote some stuff down. So, wow. And then his thing was, did we win the game? And then the doctor or someone that was in there said, yes, you won the game of life. That goes with a hand clap right there. Amazing. Young man was worrying about whether the team won the game.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You know, it's amazing.
The thing that for me is that, you know, I look at it this way. He was on national TV, so everybody saw what was going on, right? And God is so strategic. He is so strategic. He went down. They had to do CPR.
Right.
So he left the field and not knowing what is going to happen,
right?
How it was going to turn out. But look at how God did it, right?
Yes.
Because usually when you're out for so long, you know, you're out for a certain amount of time, then you know the brain dies and you're brain dead. But look at that. He was able to come back through. After all he's been through, he was able to come back through. And not only did he come through, but he had his memory. He wanted to know if they won the game. You know, so God is so awesome. So
yes, he is.
Shout out to God.
Hand clap for our Lord, our superior, our God.
Yes.
Look, these young men, they go out and they risk their lives to entertain us through sports.
Right.
And to make a living and to make a living from this.
Right.
And so you gotta say how brave this young man is. Now, not saying he will ever play football again.
Right.
Not, you know, I mean, that doesn't even matter. But I hope this is a wake up call for the league or any other professional sports.
Yeah.
How valuable it is to really look at these players and really make things easier for them as far as disability, as far as compensation, as far as, pension and things of that nature, and insurance. Because I was looking, I saw a post where this brother was going in. He was exposing the NFL in reference to CTE and a lot of things that goes on. That's kind of, it broke my heart to a degree where this is a sport that I love. Right. I love the sport. I love watching the sport, but then knowing that he's 24, he's only been in the league for 2 years. Yeah. He's not even vested. So if something happened to him, which it did, he's not even vested. His contract is it. Like they're not obligated to pay anything because he has to go 3 years or more. Oh, wow. And he's not fully vested. He makes I think it was 800 some odd thousand a year. So he's not even like Dak Prescott or these big time players that get millions a year. Wow. But you got to be in the lead for a certain amount of time and to be vested. Wow. And in order for you to get disability and things like that to be paid out for these players. So that's something that the NFL needs to look at and say, okay, because he's the owner of the Bills. This is a guy that worth 10 something billions of dollars that owns another team. Yeah. Well, so hopefully they can get in and adjust some things. And hopefully DeMar was a template, an angel in a way that can change some things. Not only just the sports, even with the medical people being out there. Yeah. And hopefully they can make a difference. Yeah. They can make a difference and stuff. Absolutely. So what's on your mind, Lady D? I heard you got something going on. Like, speaking of policy and speaking of insurance and disability and people getting their finances in order. Yeah. So what's going on? What's this rumor? I haven't heard anything. I'm not on the bill or nothing. I'm not, am I working security? Like, what am I going to do? What am I doing? Like, am I security?
Well, I got some things for you to do.
The box carrier.
I just have to put it all together, and you know me, I'm still thinking and putting things and putting pieces where they go. And you guys, you have some work, but you know what? I'm first of all, let me just say, I am so happy to be back. I mean, I felt like we've been gone so long. I mean, we haven't been, but I just feel like, I haven't been here in a long time. So I'm very, very excited to be back. I'm excited to sit beside you and have this fight with you every time we come on. But you know what? I missed it, and it's okay because I got a fight for you this year. Oh boy, do I have a fight for you! But anyway, I have this amazing financial vision board party that is going down tomorrow in the Virginia Beach area. So anybody who's in the Virginia Beach area or close, it is $10 to get in. And we're going to talk all about finances. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play some games. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some music. That's one of your jobs. We're going to have some music and we're just going to meet, some different people. So I'm excited about that. That is going to be at Turquoise School of Dance. And that is 6551 College Park Square in Virginia Beach. Seats are limited and they are filling up fast. If I'm not mistaken, I might have at least 6 or 7 seats left. So if you are in that area and you want to join us, please do so. Find me on Facebook, Deborah Smith McIntyre. You can find me, and you can DM me and let me know that you want it. Also, I have my book that was released in November.
Wow, let's give some hand claps for that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the book. Let's go into the book. Now, by the way, we got a guest that's coming up, and it's just, I was so excited, right, Lady D, that I just realized that Dupré, Do It All, is scheduled for 7:30. So I was so excited to come in so I can put you on the spot and so that I can make this first 30 minutes about you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Give me some hand claps. Give me some hand claps. So, Lady D, let's jump into this book. Let's talk about this book. Matter of fact, it's like I thought you was having an affair on me, right? Because what you would do is like every night you'll creep down, and I do my old reach around to make sure you're there. And then when I feel you there, I know you'd be like, why is always feeling? So you were there, and then sometimes I'm like, and then I look at the thing. It's like, okay, it's not time for her to go to work. Where is she?
Well, though.
So what's up with that?
Well, so yes, but it's been a long time coming. It's been years. Romans 138 Initiative Finance Journal is out. It is out. It's out, y'all. And I'm excited about it because it's a hardcover, 250-page, colorful, interactive book, and it is designed to go with my program, and that's the Romans 138 Initiative. And the Romans 138 Initiative is all about interrupting our normal way of dealing with our finances as far as our thoughts, our actions, and our emotions. Now, everything that I put into this book is everything that transpired in my life, everything that I learned along the way. It was a rough journey, and I think although we were in the journey together, I think the journey was more of my journey, and you was just along for the ride.
Me?
Yes.
Oh man! So all my garnishments and all that stuff, that was just for you. Okay.
You know what? You know why?
If you can give me that money back, for me being a part of your training example.
Well, let me just tell you. I mean, those are the things that those are the things that I learned. I didn't, things that I didn't know before we got married. I learned after we got married. So it was a hard journey. It was a hard lesson, but I learned it. And that is the importance of lessons and things that we go through, is that you have to understand that everything that you go through is a lesson. It's a lesson for you to learn, and then you turn around and you teach, right? So that's what, all of the things, all of the prophecies that came to me, all of the people that spoke into my life, all of the things that was told to me when we got married and I moved here has now come to a point where I totally get it now.
Right.
I get it now. And it wasn't until I opened the pages of the book and looked back at it.
Wow.
And it wasn't nothing new that God had given me, but it was just something, it was lessons to it. So there is nothing new under the sun. There's another book that has some of the same things in it, but I think each person that puts it in a book, each person that puts it on a paper has an experience that goes along with it that we need to impact. So the people who Dave Ramsey didn't touch, maybe it's for Lady D to touch. Yes. Come on here, Lady D.
So the journey, so how do you actually feel? Do it make you a little nervous that now you become the voice that can help other people? So how do you feel? Where's the energies coming? I totally see a different you, and normally sometimes just to let you know, is I would get a little bit feeling some anxiety because I know that's how you would go when it comes to money, when it comes to the bills and checking your account every day. So what is it that you would tell some people that wants to know a little bit more about being in love so much with the money that the money really drives you crazy with anxiety and stuff? So what's some little things that you can give someone?
Well, the first thing is that what I've learned is that we have a relationship with money. We do have a relationship with money. There is a relationship with money. You just have to find your money relationship. Now, my relationship with money was I'm totally in love with money. I was totally in love with money, so that and money is like it's like a real relationship with another person. Is that when you don't treat that person right, you think they start acting, you saying they acting funny, right? They're acting funny, but you didn't treat them right. So now they're responding to the way that you treat them. Our money does the same thing. We don't treat it right. Our money acts funny and our change acts strange. Yes, that's because we didn't do right. But my relationship with money was it was like, God showed me that it was like a love affair.
Whoa,
when it was low, when we didn't have, we weren't at a point where I wanted to be, and I looked in the bank account when the balance was low, my spirits was low. I really found out that yes, I was going into depression over money.
Wow.
You know, and money can make me, it can make me or actually break me, really, for real. It can do that.
I mean, you said something that the relationship with money, being in a relationship with money, depending on the money.
Dependent on the money.
So where's the balance at? Like, as being a woman of God, being an evangelist, being a speaker, a transformation speaker, motivational speaker. I love whatever it is, you have a voice, right? So how it is that you can be so vocal, you know, in this level, but struggle on this level when it comes to money. Yeah. So how did you find a common ground to deal with some balance? How challenging was that? Let's say that. Was it challenging?
It's definitely challenging. It was challenging because I was, first of all, I didn't know that I had this negative relationship with money. I didn't know that. You know, I had, at one time in my life, I had money, but I didn't have maturity.
Okay.
And then another time I had maturity and I don't have money. So God shows me when the maturity and the money comes together, it is powerful, right? It brings a balance because the money does not have control over you, but you have control over the money. And then God have control over both of you. So there's the balance. The balance is finding God first. The balance is understanding that the money doesn't really belong to you, but it belongs to him and you have it. And we have to be stewards over it. So now you have to retrain yourself on how to be a good steward over it, you know? So that is the balance. The balance is finding God and understand that money, even though we work hard for it, you know, we go out and we earn it. It all belongs to God. So if you do the right thing with your money will do right by you.
Wow. What's the title of this book again?
It is Romans 1:38 Initiative.
Stop right there. All right. I'm sorry. Romans 1:38. Where's that? Let's talk about that.
You know that scripture in the Bible that says, "Oh, no man but to love them." Right? Oh, no man but to love them. I got that a couple of years ago. I got that. I heard that. And I kept saying, what is that? Like, why is that why is that just pressing on my heart? Why is that stuck in my head? Why is that always, you know, coming to me? And then I looked it up and I said, oh, that's the scripture. That's what it is. And it was like just Romans 1:38 initiative. And you have to take the initiative to change your you know, the trajectory of your life. You have to change how you handle your money. You have to be the one that changed, and it's all about your mindset. So I took that and I said, okay. I said, okay. And I pondered on that for years. I pondered on it for years until I said, okay, that's what that means. That's what that means for me. You know, I don't want to owe no man. I don't want to owe no man. And so this year is that year where I said, you know what? I still have some things to do. I still have some loose ends to tie up. So I'm going to tie those ends up. I'm going to be that man that says, I don't owe you nothing but to love you. And I'm gonna be happy when I can say that. I don't owe you nothing but to love you.
Wow. I love the title. Living Financially Disciplined. Yes. The subtitle to it is my favorite part of the book. Just the title that would draw you in. Is this book simpler enough that anybody can pick it up and kind of get involved with it?
Yeah, it is. It's very simple. It's plain and it's down to earth. It's you can open up and feel like, you know, it's just like when I wrote my other book, is that I wrote it so that you can feel like you're there with me, like we're in the same room, understanding that we need to understand that we're not the only ones in that situation. So you're not, you know, I'm not the only one. She's not the only one. He's not the only one, but nobody wants to talk about it, right? So we're all in this together. Some of us in the same boat sitting side by side and have no idea. And, you know, some people was like, I didn't know you were going through that. Yeah, because some days I can look like I'm not. But then there's some other days where you just knew I was going through something. So yeah, anybody can pick it up and they can they can read it and they can go through it, because there's activities in the book so that we could do things together. So I love it.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right, let's go ahead and fast forward.
Yes.
We got the book.
Yes.
You got the program.
Yes.
Can you go a little bit into the program and how the book and the program works hand in hand? What it's all about? What is that about?
Okay, so the program, with the program, it's a 6-month program. And the reason why it's 6 months is because we only meet one day a week.
Okay.
One day a week, and it's for 1 hour. And what that is that it's a group getting together, and I limit the group to about 15 to 20 people at a time. It is virtual because I don't want anybody to have an excuse why they can't dedicate 1 hour to themselves. Or, it's easier for people to say they can't come when you have it, when you're outside of the house. So if they do virtual, you have no other choice. It's only 1 hour, and we sit on our phones for 1 hour, right? We do everything else for 1 hour. If you can dedicate 1 hour to yourself to be better, it's absolutely amazing. And the reason why it's 6 months is because it says it takes 22 days, right? 21 to 22 days, right?
Okay.
To break and to build a new habit. So we're going to take that theory to 21 to 20. And I say 21 to 22 just because of dealing with holidays in there and everything like that.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is you do it for 6 months. We're going to meet on Zoom, and we're going to follow what's in the book. We have activities we're going to do. We have games that we're going to play, all to make us pay attention to our money and to understand how much money we really have floating around in our house.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I had $5 worth of change alone in my purse walking around. And when I cleaned out my purse, I had about $5 worth of change in the bottom of my bag.
Change.
That's change. It's just change. And we take change and we just throw it, and we.
I know I've done it. I picked up a few pennies and I just throw the pennies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a problem.
Absolutely.
Without a problem, and not realizing. I actually found a quarter. Mm-hmm. Taking out the garbage the other day, and I just put it on the desk. Back in the days, I found a quarter. I'll be like, yo, I found a quarter, dime, heads up, and whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, that's just a quarter. I need to see some dollars.
Right.
But I understand that, and I understand that the quarters and the change will add up.
It adds up. I mean, I'm just saying, you go around and you start to collect this change. Grab the change out of your car and put it all together. Pick up that penny. At one time I had started paying attention to where I was at, and then I started seeing, oh, there's money on the ground. There's $1 there. There is just quarters here, quarters there. And it's just, when you pay attention, you'll see how much money is really, really laying around us, and we have no idea. So I have, through all of those lessons, I have learned to just pay attention to money, and start really, really putting it on paper. What does it really look like? What does our money look like? And with the program, we'll do that. We'll peel back some things, and we'll go back to the old way of doing things and looking at things, so that we can get people to pay attention to your money. Pay attention to your money. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So the book, the program,
the book,
it's a perfect marriage. It's something that works together.
Yes. Well, you know what?
I like it.
The first book that's released is actually for individuals. So it's individuals. But this second book that I'm actually working on is for engaged and married couples. Come on, because I realize, and this is no kick to you. I realized that had we discussed money in detail, had we discussed some things in detail, we probably would have said, okay, well, let's push the wedding back a little bit. Let's fix some things. But God does everything strategically, because after we were married and things started to happen, it's like I started learning, oh, wow, okay, this happens when you do this. When you change your last name, everything that belongs to me belongs to you. Everything belongs to you belongs to me.
Right.
And if you are not, and that's what I say, if you are not grounded and understand that it takes more than love to be married. You got to like them, you got to love them, you got to appreciate them, you got to do all of this stuff, because finances will definitely set it will definitely set you apart, so
Yeah. One of the things I learned through the course of our marriage is that in normal life or in the regular world or with the average person, finances can sometimes tear people apart.
Oh, definitely.
And can cause divorce and can a lot of animosity and a lot of hate and a lot of dislike or whatever. And also mental health issues like, anxiety, depression,
yes,
and all of that comes from lack of money or some financial issues or problems that you may have.
Right.
One of the things I have to say caused a little anxiety with me, a little depression with me. And I'm speaking for me, I don't know what it has caused you. Mm-hmm. But one of the things I could say is that it's strange that it brought us together. Like it's as strange as it is that it brought us together, and our daughters was with us through some ups and downs and through some repossessions and through some evictions, and being with us, it was the four of us, right? So the Fantastic Four, like we went through some things and some battles, and it really brought us closer together. It even made Janai realize, like, I can't get that. I'll sacrifice that. I don't want this school because I want to be able to save you money. Like, she started being conscious about her money, and then by her even getting involved with the vision board thing, it's I'm very impressed, because now she knows that I don't want to cry when I don't have money. She don't want that curse. So our mission is for us to break it. And through our struggles, it truly brought us together. So I would say to anyone out there that is going through some financial issues, hold on. Don't rush to a decision based on emotions. Hang in there. Because I have to say, we came with a vision when Lady D first came to Virginia Beach. We had a sports bar. We was ready. We was geared up, and we was interviewing people, and we had the physical building. The murals on the wall and everything, hiring people. Grand opening is coming. But then when you go and ask God and say, God, is this really what you want from us? And then we experienced the flood.
Oh my God.
That's nothing but God, and nothing but saying, hey, prepare yourself an ark. And I felt like Noah at that time, no pun intended. Shout out to my brother Randall. We're still friends, best friends, and we still focusing and working on vision, because we feel like, no, that is not going to defeat us. We're gonna overcome. But it wasn't really something that was part of our calling.
But the crazy thing is that even though it didn't work out for us, it didn't work for him either. He went a total different direction. So when you pray and you ask God for something, and you say to God, I mean, if it's not in his will, it's just not in his will. And however it's going to pan out, it's going to pan out, So that was our experience, but it was other things that was attached to it that we learned, and we got through. Like you said, the money really affects a marriage. It really does. And it says it's the number one reason why people divorce, right? It's one of the reasons why people divorce. It has a very, very high rate. And the thing is that we were the opposite. It brought us together. We learned how to go through the ups and downs together, So I think that our setbacks was really a setup. So God is doing some amazing things, and I'm excited about it, because I'm not afraid to tell anyone about it. It impacted me, and it depressed me. It made me lose my self-esteem. It just made me go through a whole thing. But I realize now that going through all of that, I can actually talk to somebody else, and you know what? They'll come out and they'll tell me. I don't have to ask them anything. They'll come out and tell me, because they feel safe, because there is no judgment, because I've been there.
Because you've been there.
I've been there.
Because you've been there. I love it. I love the whole attitude that we both have gained something different. And so I always will say to people, if you are doing the same thing you have done last year with the same results, it's time for you to bring forth another strategy. Doesn't mean your vision is tainted. Doesn't mean that what God has given you is off.
Right.
It means you need to reboot, reset, and strategize a little different. Be strategic in your movements. You know, so if you was that way with your money, one year that wasn't pushing you, wasn't being prosperous with your money and your decision making, it's time for you to strategize a little different. Like if I'm always moving on emotions, you know, I feel like, okay, your heart is down, or I need to go ahead and buy this. Not realizing that when I buy this will set me back with this bill. And so I'm learning not to move on emotions.
And you know what? Another thing that I really, really love about it is that this is the example that God gave me when he was starting to give me all of this. And I at one point I said, I'm not going to do that, God, because, you know, I just feel like, how can I tell somebody else, you know, how can I tell somebody else how to get through it? And he gave me this example. And every time I feel like I want to quit, he brings this example back to mind. And he gave me Harriet Tubman. And I was like, this just does not make sense. And my mama always told me, you know, when it doesn't make sense to you, that's because it's God moving. And I said, God, it just doesn't make sense. Why you keep showing me Harriet Tubman? And I was praying, and it came to me that, you know what, when Harriet Tubman left, and she freed the slaves, right? When she left, when she got away, she was still a slave. She went and found safety. Then she went back, but she still had to go, and she had to still go and go the route where she would be safe. Why? Because she was still a slave. She was still a slave. So she went, you have one slave that went and found a place of safety, a place where she can get help, a place where it's going to be a little bit safer for others. And then she went back as a slave and got the other slaves and brought them in. And what does that say for me? It said to me, you know what? I may not be where I want to be. I'm not where I used to be. I know a little bit more. I know a little bit different. I know how to do things a little bit different. So can I go back and get somebody? So I am in it with you. I have not arrived to the place I wanted to be, but you know what? I am more knowledgeable, and I can go back and help somebody else. And that's where my motto comes in at, is that together we can do anything.
I love it, Lady D.
Thank you.
I love it. I'm so proud of you. And listen, I know I'm the janitor of this event tomorrow. Can you speak on that before our guests come in? What's going down tomorrow? What's all of that about?
Tomorrow is our financial vision board party. It is going down at 7:00. It is going to be from 7 to 10. We're going to have music. We're going to have food. We're going to have a whole bunch of fellowship. 6551 College Park Square. That is Turquoise's School of Dance right there in Virginia Beach. Meet me there, because I'm going to be excited to see you, and I'll be waiting.
So you're gonna have scissors in there?
I'm gonna have scissors. I'm gonna have scissors. I'm gonna have glue. I'm gonna have boards. I'm gonna have everything, glitter, everything.
A financial vision board party.
Yes. I love it.
Who's DJing? Is it gonna have DJ? Like, is it gonna have music? Are they gonna do 2 steps and all that stuff?
I don't know what they're gonna be doing. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be some tears. I feel like it's gonna be some laughter. It's gonna be some of everything. So, yes.
A party.
They're gonna have to match my energy, baby, because my energy is up there. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you. So we got a few things going on. We got the book.
You got the book.
Romans 138 Initiative. Yes. Living financially disciplined.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the program that goes with it.
The program that goes with it is it's supposed to start in January, but I'm working on a new date because I had some other things going on. So we're going to work on another date, and we're going to put that out there.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Can I get in free at the vision board thing?
Yeah, you can get in free.
Good.
Carry your box. Carry your box through the door.
Good. So World Famous Swag in the Morning podcast. Let me say that we're not a morning show, because morning do not mean daytime. When I talk about it, it means new hope, new beginning, freedom from in the darkness. Yeah. And this brother I'm going to bring on, and we're going to just chit chat. We like what it is what we do is we give the stage. Yeah. Now this guy been on many stage, held many mics, take airplane flights. Yeah, I'm rapping, right, Lady D? I know you're looking at me like, what song is that from? Yeah. Okay, so this brother already been on a lot of stages. Yes. Then probably dropped bombs from when the Lords of the Underground in front of 100,000s of people. but I want him to be on the swag stage so I can give his platinum, another platinum record, his Grammy, his Oscar, his Tony, his NAACP. And I'm going to give him all the awards that he can get. The stage is his. Okay. So he can say what he want, do what he want. And I don't care. It's like his birthday.
Oh, it's his birthday.
It's like his birthday.
All right. So
put your hands together for the first ever, and I'm going to say this, the first ever hip-hop, platinum hip-hop artist to become a U.S. politician. Put your hands for my brother, Dupré, the Honorable Dupré. Do it all. Kelly.
That was a heck of an intro, man. What's up? What's up?
Welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys, and Happy New Year too.
Happy New Year's to you, my family. Hey, dude, first I want to say my condolence goes out to you. I saw on IG that you have lost your dad. So my condolence goes out to you.
I appreciate that, man. For real, I really do. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, indeed. And the crazy thing about it is, you know, I have a bonus daughter, and I raised her since she was 7. And you'll look at her, you'll be like, whoa. And that's how when I saw your dad, I was like, whoa, like that's you. And that's crazy. That's amazing, man. And I love that as well, man. I'm so proud of you. All right. Second thing is this rumor going around, right? That and I don't know where this rumor came from, right? But I heard about in a few more years you'll be the mayor of Newark. Is that what's going on?
Man, I don't know where you heard that from, but I didn't. You just made my stomach hurt.
Nah, just kidding, man. I'm so proud of you, family.
Nah, man. Thank you so much, though. For real, thank you so much. We got a great mayor, and you know.
Oh yeah, of course, man.
As long as the honorable Raj J. Baraka is mayor, I think we're cool. Now, when he's no longer mayor, you know, then we got to make sure that we get the right person in there, man, that can continue to move our city forward.
No doubt. And you'll be good for that as well. But I'm proud of you. So I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, and I just wanted to document this moment, man, because you know how life is, right? And to speak to someone that came from your journey, man, from hip hop to a stage of politics. It's amazing transformation. And to me, I not to say I don't see anything different because you're so used to talking to people and moving people with your voice, and it's just perfect. One of the things, when I spoke to you before, one of the things you said that Tupac said to you, can you share that with our swag viewers? The thing that Tupac said to you in reference to your community.
Man, Pac was just saying, you know, that we need to utilize our platform. And at that time, you know, it was only hip hop. We need to use our platform as rappers and become better rappers and acquire more fans so we can ultimately turn them into voters, man. You know, turn them into voters, and the more fans you get, the more voters you get, and you start to build together, start to create youth initiatives and take care of our seniors and take care of us, the people who look like you and, you know, feel like the way that you do. And then, you know, he said, take advantage and become, you know, elected officials so that the laws are not just made for us, but they're made by us.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're still on tour.
I didn't understand nothing he was talking about. I'm like, man, we rappers, man. What are you talking about? And then, you know, it's like a conversation. You know, it's like when you get older and your mother or your father tells you something when you're younger and you get older and you're like, man, I understand now. And that's the way it was with Pac. You know, I started to understand differently as I started to have more experiences and started to get older.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so you're still on tour. You're still touring.
So I want to shout out Mr. Funky and DJ Lord Jazz. You know, as long as I've been campaigning, which was during COVID, right after COVID. We hadn't went on tour for almost 3 years just because of the COVID and me campaigning. So I have to shout them out because thank God, their bank accounts was cool enough that they didn't have to go on tour, and they didn't bother me. They let me campaign because they knew it was bigger than me. They knew it was needed for our city. So they didn't bother me about going on tour. But I told them once I win, lose, or draw after this campaign that I would, reconcile with them and make up and go on the tour that we canceled when all of the things started happening. So the first tour that we did, the first time after I won, the first the makeup dates that we had, I did it. I did it with my crew, man, to keep my promise to them.
Wow. Wow.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to Honest too, because they were on that tour.
They was on the tour with you?
Yeah.
So I'm blown away, right? Because not only am I a fan of Laws of the Underground from Newark, being from Patterson, Lady D, we from Patterson, Kingston era, that stuff, right? I always was in love with these guys, right? And for when I saw him going into the politics, I was even more drawn to family, and I'm like, yo, I want him to win.
Right.
But you live in Virginia Beach now, like I want him to win because the historical thing that's going on, a lot of people may take it lightly or take it for granted, but he's the first to represent our culture in hip hop in politics.
Right.
I'm not talking about the mayor that likes hip hop. Right. No disrespect to Andre said, and even Barack. They love hip hop, poetry, and all of that stuff. But this guy was an artist.
Yeah.
And sign and moving people with his music.
Right.
Because listen, if you go back and listen to the Lords of the Underground music, it was still positive. Like some of the stuff, Mr. Funky, do it all. Like all of them, what they were speaking about. If you listen to the lyrics, they were, dude, y'all was already ahead of y'all time, man, to a degree. If I know already, but if you go back and say, wow, I didn't realize we were young, representing our community. Yeah, so this is why you're so perfect for this.
Man, I have to shout out our former manager, our manager back then at the time, a Muslim brother by the name of Hafiz Fareed, because he was the one that challenged us to do all of that stuff, and if it wasn't for him challenging us, we would have tried to be like everyone else. And what I mean by like everyone else is just think that we had to curse in every bar, or we had to kill 400 people and sell 400 pounds of dope, and just to sound cool and relevant. But I'm glad we did not have to do that, or we did do that, because while I was campaigning, you couldn't use my music against me. You know what I mean? Like, you can use music to say that, oh, he was saying this or he was saying that, and that's a great thing that what you're doing now actually makes your past relevant, But if you're not doing anything now, then you can't dwell on the past, So, and that's what I learned. You can't even go back and get. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm driving. My bad. You can't even. You can't even go. You can't use the past against me when you're representing your now correctly.
So your opponent couldn't even say, "Let's go to the videotape." Dupré Kelly is not perfect for this job. He's cussing, and his record is downgrading women. Let's go to that. It didn't happen.
Nah,
but that speaks in volumes, though, and I'm hoping and praying that somebody heard that who's out there trying, understanding that you back then didn't really know where you were headed, right? You didn't know that you were going to be sitting in this prominent seat here. You didn't know the people that you were going to really impact. So it is very important that we live the life so that when something comes up, they can't stick nothing to us. Everything can just roll right off, So
Indeed.
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. For real, man. It's a blessing, man. It definitely is, man. And I salute everybody out there who goes through something that takes a struggle to accomplish, because if it takes a little bit to accomplish, then that means that it's worth it. It's not easy.
Right.
Exactly. So the West Ward. Let's talk about that.
New Jersey, yes, sir.
Your neighbors with Redman, and you gotta. One of the things I saw, I saw Redman stop an entire bus.
Oh yeah.
I think like the recount or the runoff, or I don't understand. I don't know what the runoff stuff is. Do it all. I don't even know why it exists. You beat the brakes off the dude in the beginning, and then you had to come back and do it again. Redman stopped the entire bus.
Right. He sure did.
So let's talk about West Ward growing up. How was that? And how does it have? What impact would that have on you making a change in the West Ward?
Well, I think that when you grow up in a place, right, and you have experiences on those avenues and on those blocks and in the schools and with the residents who have been there just, as long as you have, then it's kind of, and you're born there, and you're raised there, it just kind of breeds a certain type of individual who really takes that place to heart. You have a investment, you're vested there. Right. And it's an honor for me to govern where I grew. Like, this is not a game to me. I didn't get into politics because I wasn't selling records or my hip hop career was over. I didn't get into politics for that. I got into community. I got into the people. I've been doing this before I had a record deal. I have the receipts for that. I've been doing this of being an activist, and being in a community before I was Do It All from Lords of the Underground. It's just that activist, that person who cared about his community, was able to secure a recording contract and sell millions of records. But what he did with those millions of records, that the money that he acquired from that, he brought it back to his neighborhood, and he spent hip hop money in his community, learning how to become to open nonprofits and learning how to be, what community looks like, and how do you support community. I was trying to spend all my money in the community until I realized that you can go out there and get grants, that you can go out there and get funding to help you, and you can start nonprofit organizations and get discounted things here and there. This wasn't something that I just thought of out of the clear blue. It was trial and error. It was learning by through experience. So I've been in the community, doing work in the community before I was ever a rapper, and a rapper that was known worldwide.
Right.
I can not bear witness to that, but Pop, speaking of Pop, part of the nonprofit organization we have
11 Community Impact. Pop.
Yes, indeed. Shout out. Happy New Year's, Pop, if you're listening. But one of the things he said is that, that's always been in him. It's like, it's always been a part of him.
Right.
And for the hip hop thing is like a bonus, which was a vehicle, we say, that will take you to other places. Now, hip hop is your vehicle that can drive you to different platforms and places that just being a community activist may not have just taken you there. Like, you went around the world. So being that you are in the first of its kind, which will inspire other people to do more for their community versus just the bars, and this is why I got a great deal of respect for you. And again, shout out to the nonprofit. What is Community Impact 211.
211 Community Impact. Yes, sir.
211 Community Impact. Support,
Mhm.
support, support. Shout out. I appreciate you guys. You guys are doing amazing things. We're hopefully in the future partnering with some stuff to come and bring
That'd be great, man. Thank you.
a lot
For
of
real.
information to the city of Newark, Patterson, and that surrounding northern parts. We're working on it. We're working on something to connect with our nonprofits, and that's the key of Voltron mentality. Me and Pop talks about. Lady D.
You know what? I'm listening to the conversation, and these things are hitting me. He said that he was an activist all along, right? He was an activist that just happened to secure a deal. I'm loving it because I'm like, you know what? Because I feel like the crossing over the activists and hip hop and making them collide and bringing them together is an awesome thing. Because you know what, and when he said that he's back into his community, he grew up, so he was vested all along, right? So when you look at the neighborhoods and you look at the community, some people would say, could anything good come out of them? Could anything good come out of his neighborhood? And then we can say, yes, somebody good can. It's Councilman Dupré. Yes. So they're in your neighborhoods. The neighborhoods look like they're failing. They look like nothing good can come out. But if you go dig deep, there is somebody.
It is somebody.
Yes.
There's somebody.
Oh my gosh.
But isn't it like that all the time though? Like
All the
what I'm
time.
noticing is that any black and brown community that is flourishing, it's been like that for a historical time. Even what they did down in the South when Black Wall Street, how they destroyed the entire town, and people don't tell you that they rebuilt those towns and they tore them,
Yeah.
they put them underwater, and they did all of those things. So anytime that we deal with black and brown success or popularity, um, someone comes and destroys it, or
Right.
they don't speak light into it, right? They
Right.
speak
Right.
they speak of it as if um it is not thriving, like as it is, like it's not successful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, excuse me with the
No, you're
beeping and
fine.
all that. But
You're
yeah, they
fine.
speak of it. They speak of it as if it's not thriving. I mean, let's just before social media, everybody thought people in Africa still lived in huts. Now they're the
Uh-huh.
biggest. They have the biggest music. You
Yes.
see them riding around in Bugattis and Lambos, and they rich. But before social media was just so prevalent, everybody didn't know that Africa, certain parts of Africa, was really wealthy, and
Yeah.
that's just it. From my experience, anytime that there's a place that is thriving, we we focus on the negative. That gets
Mm-hmm.
the most noise.
Right.
And I think that Newark, New Jersey, we are 60% lower in crime. Our crime rate is 60% lower. That is lowest percentage that has been in 60 years. Excuse me. That has been in 60
Mm-hmm.
years, but you don't hear that. If something happens in Newark, it's immediately going to be on the news and make people say, oh man, I don't want to go there. That's because
Right.
we have black and brown leadership that is thriving and
Mm-hmm.
taking chances and moving the needle forward. You understand?
Right.
Uh it seems like it shouldn't be that this guy who comes out of the arts and entertainment culture, which just happens to be hip hop, is in leadership in the of a place where he grew up in. I get
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity. The people put me in place to govern where I grew. That's why would I mess that up? Why would I not
Right.
make my best better? Why would I not put my best foot forward? I would be a
Yes.
fool not to. And no, I don't know
Right.
everything,
Right.
but I am learning every day because I put
Right.
myself in this position for the people to elect me, and they believed me and they did it. So I am not planning on letting them down, you
Mm.
know, because
Mm.
like I say all the time, I don't have to be here. I have to be here.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know,
I love it.
That's amazing. I mean, you know, it just makes my heart so
Yes,
so
indeed, Lady
happy,
D.
you know, just to see, you know, our people, just somebody loves where they, and he says he governed where he grew.
Girl,
I just
I'm
have
gonna
to
jack
bring
that.
it
Yeah,
to
I'm
you.
biting
Yeah,
that. I'm
I'm gonna
biting
have
that
to,
bar. I
I'm gonna have to put
govern where I
you know,
grew.
and that is an example of giving back to your community. You didn't go and try to do it somewhere else. You went back where you grew up, where you know, you did it. You're in the grind with what you know. So it's like, you
Yeah.
know, for me looking at it, if I was in that city, I would say, no, I trust him, because you know what? He knows my struggle.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what I need. He knows what it looks like on the other side. So yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? Hats off to him.
Dude's
I'm
one of my
just saying.
favorite politicians and rapper and all of that. And let me tell you something. I've seen this brother campaign before campaigning.
Right.
Look, Lady D, I'm telling you, Stu was knocking on doors. Yo, bro, it's not even campaign time. He's knocking on doors, you know, and talking to people, bringing them stuff. Trust me, you know, and I know it wasn't for the show.
But isn't that more
No,
impactful
definitely,
when you do it
definitely.
when you're not campaigning? You know, when you do it and you're not campaigning, that lets people know that no, this is what I do. I'm not just doing it because I want to get in. I do that because this
This is
is
who
what
I
I
am.
do. This
Yeah,
is who I am.
it's not what I do;
Right.
it's who I am.
Awesome.
And
Do I
I just
thank you,
want to
man?
thank I want to
Mm-hmm.
thank you guys, and I want to thank you for giving me the platform to let my voice be heard, and I want to thank the residents too, the people
Yeah.
who even the people who didn't vote for me, because I am their councilman as well now.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
still have to govern for them too. I still have to do my job for those people as well. So I just want to
Absolutely.
thank everybody who are trying to just live life and have a great time living it. And
Right.
one thing I do notice, you don't know what a councilman is until you actually go through the job and doing it. And um, one thing I notice is that I understand why some people um, hated Martin Luther King. I understand why Malcolm X had haters, is because when you're doing something great, it seems like the universe tests you in so many ways,
Mm-hmm.
just to keep you honest and just to keep you sharp. And, they say still sharp and still. So uh, sometimes those complainers and those people who question or challenge you, they're really sharpening your sword, because
Wow.
if you're true to who you are, they don't matter. They just matter for you to stay sharp, you know,
Wow.
to,
Wow.
to keep your sword sharp,
Yeah.
because um, you're gonna be under attack. Like
Mm.
when you look back at the history books of Martin Luther King, and in no way am I comparing myself to these guys, but I'm just saying when you look back at the history, um, it's so many great things. But for the people who actually lived in those times, they can tell you about the people who hated them too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about people who look like us,
Right.
the
Absolutely.
people who complained about him, they can tell you about Malcolm X, how many people hated him, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't, but they kept going. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
stop. They had a mission. They had ideas that they wanted to inform and give to the people and try to make um, society and life better for the people who believed it like they believed. And that's all I'm trying to do. And
Wow.
I don't even want to say trying. That's what
You
I am
do.
That's
doing.
what you're doing it.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
you're doing
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Wow.
Blown away. I support and don't even live in this ward.
Yeah.
And I will support and continue to support him, Lady D.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and family members
Thank
are in
you,
Newark.
man.
Um, a big brother.
Yeah.
And I just respect the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
And wish you well. And I will continue to support you and continue to rally behind you. Shout out to Carol Patterson. That's our family members for making this
Right.
happen. She's
CLP.
always, and it's very positive. We got to get her on, Lady D, because I just found out she writing books
Yeah,
and all that
I
stuff. Yeah,
know.
so
I know we
yeah,
talked
Yeah.
about it last time. Carol, I didn't forget about you, sis. Oh, we gonna make it
Yeah,
happen.
we're gonna
Carol.
make it
So
happen.
the good Reverend Dr. Carol Lynn Patterson.
Oh, the good Reverend Doctor. Oh, thank you, too. I didn't know. We're going to put the good Reverend Doctor Kyle Lynn Patterson. Shout out to her. One of the things she just said, and I put it up again because I liked what she said. Lady, what is that? I got my glasses on right here.
Do it all. Dude, Kelly is Black excellence personified.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
I totally agree.
I totally agree.
And you know what, too? I don't know if you guys can make it, but we're doing a big birthday party fundraiser for me, man. Next Saturday, January 14th, which is my birthday. The theme is hip hop and politics. So however you feel hip hop and politics is, however you feel like it looks, how it dressed, how it tastes, come out and enjoy yourself. Gonna be a lot of hip hop. January 14th is a Saturday. So you're gonna have a lot of hip hop heavy hitters in the building, but also they're gonna be mixing and mingle with a lot of prominent dignitaries like mayors and executives, and it's gonna be a fun mix up. We got DJ Young Fresh and Mr. C on the wheels, so it's gonna be a nice party, man.
I think we might think about it. Keep in mind, I can charm over and say, "Hey, Lady D, you're going to see your mother, Patterson. Let's get in. Let's go up there. Let's go see Pops Patterson, and we'll jump on 21 and go to Newark. Hey, look, if the door's open for us, we speak to Sister Kyle. That's what we call her, Sister Kyle. What's your sister, auntie? Sister. Yeah, we can get some time to come up in there, dude. I would love it. I would love to just, let Lady D shake your hand,
That's right. And maybe we get our boogie on too, Lady D.
Dude, you said boogie. Yo, school.
I love old school.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my friend. That's my brother. That's my, he's a relative. He's a swag relative. Absolutely. Put your dang hands together for the honorable Dupré. Do it all. Kelly. Dude, we love you to life. There's nothing you can do about it. Huh?
Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all, man.
No doubt, my brother. We love you too. Yes. And again, there's nothing you can do about it but love us back. Continue doing what you're doing. Hopefully we'll see you. If not, happy born day in advance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wish you many more. But I'm thinking about coming up there.
Listen, before we go, let me do this because I do see this message here. It says MLK weekend. Hey, you moved it.
Oh no, I'm gonna bring it up. Let's bring it up. Let me bring it up. God, Lady D, you the boss.
MLK weekend. He's being honored on Sunday for community service. So all of y'all that's in the area, please, y'all watch out for this. That Sunday, community service, he is being honored. So
that's
we
huge.
Salute you, sir. We salute you, sir. Thank you so much for your service that you do. I appreciate it. And I'm not even there.
And we're not even crying, Lady D. Normally, she would be crying. She loves people. I'm putting her on the spot.
I really do.
Love
I'm
is
not
love.
crying because I'm not crying because I ain't messing up my makeup on the first show.
Happy New Year. Y'all gonna have a great, run of shows. Also you can check out my community. If you're in Newark, New Jersey or the surrounding area, you can check out my community talk show. It goes anywhere from 10 minutes to 20 minutes, and it's called Out Loud with Dupré Kelly. And we just talk about what's going on in my ward, in my neighborhood. So we're about on the 3rd or 4th season now. So just quick little YouTube clips, man. Check it out, all the people, man.
Yeah,
I love it. Dude, let me know the info and I'm gonna push it and share it. It's on where? YouTube under what?
Out Loud.
Okay.
Out Loud with Dupré Kelly. Yep. City of Newark.
Got it.
Some of the information, I'm gonna push it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. The stage is yours, brother. You can get any Grammy, Oscar, pick what you want. It is all about you today, and we are honored to have you. God bless you, and we will continue to keep you in our prayers. Listen, let me get off this. Let me get out of here. It's War Family Swag in the morning, y'all. That looks my brother. Kelly, do it all. Now, see, that name fit him, right?
It does fit.
Do it all.
Do it all.
And it's almost like prophecy, right? God is saying, do it all.
Look, now that's a prime example of the names really matter.
Really
right?
matters, yep.
Right.
Do it all.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought about that. Do it all.
It's been
not doing too much, like do it all.
Right, not doing too much, just doing it all. But it's been an absolute pleasure to be back with you guys. I am telling you, it has been an exciting time. I really, really enjoyed hanging out with y'all. But you know what? At this point, we just gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah, we love y'all, and we will see you tomorrow if you're in the Hampton Roads area. The first
yes.
Financial Vision Board Party Extravaganza.
Okay.
Turquoise School of Dance, 6551 College Park Square Drive in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's only a few chairs left. If you holler at me, slide me a few dollars, I'll let you in the back. Swamp Family Swag in the morning. I'm your brother Prince Creek.
And I'm your girl, Lady Z.
And we'll see you next time. Shout out to Danielle Diva. Get well soon, family. Oh my goodness. You know, she's giving up a few of her shows because she's not feeling well. But the Dynamic Perspective podcast will be back soon. Swamp Family Swag Media. God bless you.